So this is going to be my friend Claudia, who's also a member of the Say Their Names Black Lives Matter People group.
Regular meeting of the Northfield Public School Board. Today is Monday, March 28th, 2022, and the time is 6 p.m. This meeting is being live streamed and recorded. The recording of this meeting will be posted on the district website as soon as possible. Before we get started, I'd like to thank members of the public for attending this school board business meeting to observe the work being done on behalf of all school district stakeholders. We appreciate the time you took to be here this evening. Dr. Hellman, we have some items in the table file.
We do this evening in the table file.
So at a previous meeting, Claudia had expressed skepticism at increased police involvement in the school and the termination of employment for school security personnel who would be unarmed and more accountable and were more popular with the students than police personnel. Anyway.
Motion to approve the agenda as presented. Moved by Jeff, second by Amy. All those in favor say
Jeff
aye.
in the vest is the token Republican.
Motion carries. We now move on to the public comment portion of our meeting. We do have one speaker, and I have
This is just boilerplate.
Before we call you up. This is an opportunity for residents.
They say this every single time.
Property owners, parents, guardians, students.
Very formulaic. It's a public meeting.
Northfield School District to address the board. All comments to the board must.
Same thing at the Northfield City Council.
District Policy 206 regarding public comment. This is not a time to debate an issue, but only for the board to hear your comments. You are prohibited from making comments about specific students, staff, and administrators. The board respects and values input, but when it relates to a specific individual or to a specific matter, this input must be heard by the appropriate personnel, including the building principal or superintendent, and not during an open meeting of the school board. You will be gavelled out of order if your comments are not in compliance with these guidelines. Please address the board from the podium. After being recognized by the board chair,
obviously,
and if you
I speak in full compliance.
Require that you limit your remarks to 3 minutes. You are not allowed to yield your time to another person. It is expected that members of the public will address their remarks with civility and respect. Personal attacks by anyone addressing the board are unacceptable. Please keep, The board has allotted up to a total of 30 minutes for public comment at a regular.
It has been decided in Rice County District Court
in the order in which they signed it.
that the police and my ex-wife can continually make up
remaining at 1 minute,
what she says is in my
limit.
brain.
Again, please make your comments as
And
brief
she
as
can
possible, but no
continually
more than
make
3 minutes.
personal attacks, and that's okay. She
Okay,
can
we have
literally
Rich
claim to be a mind reader. And that's what she's been doing for 2 years. She's been saying under oath that she can read my mind. Oh, man. They didn't have this recorded. Oh, that's horrible. Oh, I have a recording of it.
Whether that's one word or two, I don't know. It's democracy in action. And you guys have done a great job the last
I was just
year and
welcoming
a
the
half under
students.
difficult circumstances. Thank you. I know there's been some minority disagreement with the masking policy, which I think was wisely resolved the last month. I think we've kind of hit that inflection point where the science is okay with our current policy. I'm pleased to be here the first time unmasked. Thank you. I also agree with Claudio's reservations a few months ago, I think, about making sure that we have shared goals with anyone like the police that we invite on campus. Because I actually served a detention at the middle school on March 1st that the police later said was unlawful.
This is true.
So I think that's fine. That has nothing to do with the school board. I think the school board has been great. So thank you. And you and the city council have been lovely the last year and a half of the pandemic. The pandemic hasn't necessarily been lovely, but we survived. And wow, what a global study this has been.
Those are the global study high school students in the background, learning about community civil engagement.
And this concludes our comment portion of our meeting.
As one does.
The board appreciates the time you took to share your perspective.
The only
Now move
thing
on
that
to
we
announcements
missed in
and
that recording was just some joke about preliminaries about welcoming
one formal announcement
welcoming the
this
civic
evening, and then I'll
engagement
share some
students,
thoughts
which
on
Claudia
some
already
motion
did
you guys heard
separately.
during my update
Whatever.
later.